What's up everybody, James here with another video review for you, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Prime Deluxe Knockout. Now, unfortunately, this review may seem a little bit biased, so if you are a huge fan of this toy, I am sorry. However, if you're like me and have several complaints about this toy, you're gonna love what I'm gonna say in this review. So for the time being, I'm just gonna put his weapon aside, and I'm gonna look at Knockout. Now, let's highlight all the things that are good with this figure. Number 1, it rolls as all cars should. Number 2, there's some very nice gold applications applied to the bonnet, so that is very nice. The third is there's some really nice clear plastic for the windows, windshield, and even the headlights, so that's really nice. There's the very nice silver that we have, and there's not a lot of robot kibble, so that underneath, so that's really good. Now let's look into, and the last part is the vehicle itself is the right height, shape, and sort of streamlined shape that the sports car from the show should be, so that's really good. Now let's get into all the things that are bad about this figure. Number 1. Whilst we have the very nice the very nice pure red that I love, now it may look a little bit pinkish, but it is pure red. Here we have this purplish red, and as you can tell, the purplish red surrounds most of the toy. That sucks. Number 2, on the grille for the car, we have the dark grey for the entire grille, but then there's this little piece that's left unpainted. That's a little hinge that'll help with the transformation. That is just laughable if you ask me. I mean, that just looks absolutely stupid. And thirdly, if Hasbro were able to paint this little bit gold here, were it the golds that should be on the wheels? Let me ask you that. Well, there's actually a fourth part I'm to add. There's actually 5 parts that I have to add in. The fourth is the detailing on the door that should have been there is not there. Instead, the silver kind of separates into the purplish red, and there are a few gaps to break it up. This is stupid, and it is unacceptable that Hasbro have not done this correctly to the TV standards. And the last part is, we have these 2 giant sockets, or these 2 holes either side of the car to hold the weapon or to hold Knockout's weapon. Now, that's okay, I can live with that, but I mean, if they wanted to do it, if they wanted to play it out smart, they would have done it as they did with the Dark of the Moon Soundwave toy. You had the hole, you pegged the weapon in, and then you pulled it out, and the hole was gone. It was covered up. So that was brilliant, if you ask me. If you're wondering what that sound is, there are guys working next door at my neighbor's house. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. And here's actually the very last part that's wrong with the toy. Here's Revenge of the Fallen Jolt. And here's Knockout. Knockout is, yes, a deluxe, but he is too small. I mean, okay, yes, he's probably a bit shorter in vehicle mode, but if I actually bring him to the edge, look how much taller Jolt is. I mean, that is just crazy. Now for his weapon, it is the weapon that is seen on the TV show, and it can split in 2. Now, this is the drill that he would have used as a hand weapon, but you can't tab it into his hand anywhere. Just he can only hold it in his hand. Now, fortunately, they can peg and unpeg, so you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. So that's the good part. Let's say the transformation's to redeem itself. What do you say we get onto the transformation then? First thing you're going to do is take the rear of the vehicle and just split it out so it forms the legs. Split it in 2, fold this bit around, and then this little part of the foot, take down, rotate it out and about, So then you then have the feet. Okay, the feet, yeah, they're good. This is where things are now going to get a lot more complicated. You need to separate the roof of the car, so if I do this, and you need to also separate it from the side, like so, like that, okay? Now fold it up like that, and then the wheels, actually take them out and fold them out and about. So that way, you now have this. You then fold the doors out like that, using from the ball joint there. Then, looking at, in fact I'm actually just going to fold this down. Taking the arm, you actually, this is where it gets odd. You actually fold the arm up, fold it around, and then fold it back up. Then, take the hand out, fold it about. Sorry family, if you give me a moment. Family, huh? What can you do? Sorry for that. Anyway, you fold the hand out and about, rotate it around, and then fold the top of the roof inward, like that. Then you can pretty much just fix it up after that. Okay, so that's arm number 1 done. Next thing you want to do the same with the other arm. Fold it up, fold it about, fold it back up and in, fold the hand out, fold it around, and then fold the top of the roof down. Okay. As for the rest of it, you actually need to fold this part forward and then fold the grill forward as well. Then fold the entire thing downward. So now it should look something like this. Then you need to separate these little bits from the car, so just fold these up a little bit. Then this part will be free to move. Using a little peg here and a little hole here, you just need to peg it into place like that. Fold these little bits over to the side, and they will actually peg into place on these. So just like that. Then for the bonnet itself, you actually need to push up at the top here until this little piece comes free, and then push the rest of the way down, forward a bit, and then his head will pop up. So just push it back in a little bit, and it should sit like that. Now the instructions aren't clear about this, but there's actually a little hole in there that can peg onto the car, so if you're careful, it should just peg on like that. Yeah, it should be something like that. So here we have knockout in robot mode. Now the transformation was interesting. I haven't come across many things like that before, including the transformation for the arms. Now, what do I think of the figure so far? It looked better in vehicle mode. The robot mode displays very little to what he actually does on the TV show. Okay, yes, the face is very accurate, although it's silver, not white. But don't worry, I'm not bugged by that. Here's what I think is stupid. These little bits here, these shoulder panels. If you fold the arm up and down, they just come back down again. That's so irritating. Well, I'll get onto the articulation anyway. Right, the head can go side to side a little bit. It can go up and down very slightly. The arms can go forward and back, in and out. They pivot 360 at the very top here. They can bend at the elbow, but the window of the door can actually scrapes up against this a little bit, so just be careful. And then the wrist itself pivots 360 and about a little bit. no waist articulation. The legs can go forward and back, in and out. They pivot, they rotate 360 at the joint there. They bend straight up at the knee, and they can actually, and his feet actually pivot about. So that's the good part. Again, from the vehicle mode, the color scheme just looks stupid on this figure, on the robot mode. I think it's the two-toned red it's meant to be called, but the purplish red just looks stupid on the body. Now, I'll give Hasbro credit. It's okay to see a Transformer that doesn't have a false chest. That's okay. I mean, a false chest worked out fine for RC and Ratchet, but I mean, that is just stupid. I mean, okay, we'll take the weapon, and you need to split it in two to fit it into his hand. So after fitting it into his hand, you need to repeg it because it's not going to fit in anywhere else. And pretty much you then have Knockout with his weapon in full robot mode. Now, okay, I'll admit, the only reason I bought this toy was because I really do like Knockout from the TV show. Oh, the character's just amazing. Okay, he's maybe a little bit crazy, but he's amazing. The toy, not so much. If you're a Knockout fan, you're going to want to pick this guy up. If you're a guy like me who's a bit fussy, but is very critical, buy this guy to see what you think about him. For me, I'm not totally that keen on him. And, well, here's a look at Ratchet. What was that? Anyway, here's Knockout and Ratchet. They're about the same height, you know. They're both doctors, and they're meant to be arch enemies. So, really, Ratchet would win the fight because he's two swords. Knockout has this piece of crap, and really, I needed that. Yeah. Really, Knockout's okay. I don't highly recommend him, but he is okay. So, if you want to start out young, if you want to start out small, get this guy first. And that's this review complete. Alrighty, this is Knight/2020 Junior. Subscribe to my channel for videos for more. Like me on Facebook by searching for Knight/2020 Junior. Have a nice day. See you all around. Until next time. Bye, guys. Fist to the figure. Bye.